What's going on, guys? It's ADA25 here, and welcome back to another episode of Gran Turismo 7. So, in the last episode, I believe we got a new championship to do, right? I know we finished another couple menu books off, and I believe we got another. Yes, we do have. We have a new championship here, which is the World Touring Car Championship, which I'm very curious about. So we can enter anything into it. It's just got to be 600 horsepower or less. Or 600 performance points, I'm sorry, or less. Which, I mean, I can make my Skyline that if I need to. But let's see. Oh, yeah. So my Skyline can compete with this. But I do got to change my performance points a little bit. So that we can fit the bill, as it were. So I'm going to put the turbocharger to normal. What is that going to put us at? 615, still too high. Well, I guess I won't need... I can put the sports tires back on probably now, because I'm only at about 400 horses. Yes, that should be good. I wonder if I could put the super... No, actually, I was going to say, I wonder if I could put the supercharger back on it, but that was why we put the soft tires on. So this should be okay. I mean, we're racing against a Supra, a Skyline... Not a Skyline, I'm sorry, an RX-7, Subaru, and then a modern-day NSX. I think we should be able to compete with that with what we got. If not, we can kind of plug and play with the performance points for the Skyline and push it up to 600, or I mean, we can look and see. Okay, yeah, my Corvette's just gonna be outright too good. Yeah, actually, really, everything's a little bit too low. Yeah, we'll be alright with this, I think. Let's up into this here. It's kind of funny that it's a touring car championship, and we're not using like GR5 cars or anything like that, or GR4 cars or anything like that. The Red Bull Ring. Okay, and it looks like we're going to be dealing with weather. Oh, is it raining at the moment? Hold on. That looks like raindrops, didn't it? Oh yeah, track's wet. Well, no, hold on. They're not kicking up water though. So maybe I'll just throw on some intermediates. No, hold on. Yeah, I think we'll go with the intermediates, because if it's anything like what happened at Suzuka last time, it's going to get wet as the race, or at the Nürburgring, it's going to get wet as the race goes on. So that's what we're going to do. So let's hop into this here. It's 5 laps around here. It's a really straight course. Wait, did I just see a Mercedes? Oh, maybe my Skyline's going to be outclassed here. Hold on. Let's see what happens though. If it ends up being outclassed, though, I really don't know what I'm going to be able to do. Look at how, see, like, I don't like the fields being so big and it being a rolling start and not a standing start, because look how unfair this is. Like, we're coming down, someone also pay attention to what I'm doing. We're just now coming down from the second straightaway and coming into turn 2, and the field's already coming out of what? Going into turn 6? 30 seconds back, like, that's so hardly fair. Okay. I mean, granted, I'm complaining about this and we always end up winning, so, or at least up until now we have, so I guess I don't really have much room to complain, but still. Is that an Audi R8? That's a Lambo. Is that a Mercy? Oh, it's hurt now. Wow, that's... Well, actually, we have powered this thing up, haven't we? As I said, it's so weird that a Nissan Skyline is beating a Lamborghini Huracan. but we have boosted this thing's power a little bit. And even though that's also a 4-wheel drive car, they might not have intermediate tires on them. So that's a lap around here. Okay, well, I guess it's not too complicated on track. Made up 10 seconds in this first lap, too. Very interesting. Hope everybody's having a good day today, though. Today is Monday. Everybody had a good weekend. It's a good start to their week, you know. Hope nobody's dealing with the Monday blues today. And if you are, I hope it doesn't last very long. It's looking like it's gonna rain here where I'm at also, which is very fitting for how this race is looking right now. But I so don't mind though, because I love the rain. I really do. Like, I love the rain a lot. I sleep super good whenever it rains, and like it's just peaceful, you know. I really like when it rains. It might just be me though, but granted, I don't like being out in it. You know, obviously, because who likes getting wet? But when I'm at home, I love when it rains. And if I looked at my weather app and I read it correctly, it's supposed to rain starting at like about 5 p.m. my time, and it's supposed to go like all the way through tomorrow. And it's like decent percent chances like the whole time. So like I'm like loving life if that's true. You know what I mean, guys? Oh, I think I said that a little too much there. I kind of forgot how good it was. Like what car I have, so I wrote that on the strip. Alright. We're cutting through the field pretty nicely here actually. And we got the fastest lap of the race too. Shaved off about 14 seconds that lap to the leader. So should maybe have him this lap potentially if we can put together another lap like that. I know I've asked you guys this before, but I'm gonna ask you guys again. Let me know down in the comments if you guys are also playing this game, or if you're maybe wanting to see it through my eyes first before you guys try it yourselves. Definitely let me know if that's the case though, because that'll actually make me feel really warm and fuzzy inside. But obviously either way, let me know if you guys are playing it yourself too. I want to know. I mean, like, I genuinely love this game. Like I said, I've loved Gran Turismo for probably like 15, 16 years now. Because my first one was Gran Turismo 3. I don't believe that I got it when it first came out. Ooh, I took a good turn right there. A really good turn right there. Yeah, I don't believe that I got 3. I was putting a lot of faith in my car right there. Did you guys see me just send it into that brake zone? Oh my lord. But, yeah, I don't believe I got it when it first came out. But I definitely have been playing it for a while. That is for sure. So it'd be nice to know, you know, if you guys are playing the game along with me maybe or whatever. But I do have the lead now, so I'm going to make a quick cut here for these last 2 laps. And then I'll catch you guys when we get to the finish. Alright guys, we're back. I literally, as you can tell by my lead, I almost gave the race away. I so severely underestimated the brake zone going into, I think it was like turn 6 or 7, whatever, where that gravel trap was. I went straight off into it. Thankfully though, by the time I had a decent enough of a lead to where by the time I wish they hadn't have reset me back onto the track. I wish they would have let me drive back on it myself, but by the time they did that, I was about a car length behind those 2 cars. So I didn't have that much ground to make up, thankfully, and I passed them back going into the last 2 corners, just like I did going for the lead. So, the first time around. So I was able to still pull out the win, but that definitely was not not good. But we won, so I mean, I guess that's all that matters, right? At least I was able to pull it back. And then, so now we're on to Suzuka. Let's see what the weather's like here. Hopefully we can... Oh yeah, nice and bright and sunny. Alright, cool. So let me, put the sports softs on. Oops. Because I know the racing tires will put me, unfortunately, a little bit too good, but... Alright. And I did find something out, which I shouldn't really come into play very much on this track, because it's only got these two straightaways really, but that NSX and that RX-7 are faster than me, because I was able to outpace them with no questions in the corners, but on the straightaways they really were chipping into my lead, like by about 0.3 of a second usually. So it's not like I was running away with it by any means. Well, there goes my clean racing bonus, but it's your own fault for just stopping in my way. Passing the grass. It worked for Dale Earnhardt, it worked for me. That almost was a passing the gravel trap though, and that would not have been good. It's just so crazy, like the distance you gotta make up to the leader starting these races. They're like, we're 40 seconds back. Like, what is that? I really don't know what else I could play around with this thing, you know, because I mean, I guess we could buy that power restrictor and then slap the turbocharger back on it, but I don't think we're really all that much above 600 performance points with the turbocharger on it, or no, we already did have the low end, didn't we? I think I bought the low end first, because the high end was like about 800 horses or something like that, or a really ridiculously high number that I did not need for what I was trying to do with this thing. But we could do the power restrictor thing, and if we need it, put the turbocharger back on it, and then just play around with the power restrictor to restrict our power down to something that that sits in the 600 range, if need be. Hopefully it doesn't come to that though, but if it does, then at least we have that option available to us. Or maybe we could keep the turbocharger on it and get rid of some of the things like the exhaust or the intercooler, or something like that, the air filter, something that only takes off a few, like 5 or 10 horsepower, and but would still reduce our performance points down. That's also something potentially we could play around with, if need be. Because obviously, the turbocharger gives us a lot of horsepower. But at the rate at how things are going, we might not have to play around with that too much. But of course, we shall see. I want to try and go deeper into that brake zone, because I can start braking in the beginning and then let off the brake and coast and then brake again and still easily make that corner. But just with it being like that quick left-right kind of, I'm scared to do that at the same time, because I don't want to brake late and then because of that go straight, because because I'm not able to turn off into that gravel track, because that will just spell disaster and totally end my race. Kind of sad though, because I don't have any baseball today. Dodgers and the Red Sox are both off, but they both won pretty handily yesterday. Both played really good games. I was able to watch all of the Red Sox game except for the 9th inning, because that was when the race at Indy started, and I'm obviously not going to miss that. But we were up 6-3, and I knew that with Kenley coming out of the pen and the fact that we were playing the Tigers, we were going to be okay. And obviously we were. And I believe I missed like the first 2 or 3 innings of the Dodgers game because I was finishing watching the race. But I was able to watch the majority of it, and we ended up, obviously, we won. Really good game for us there as well. We're on I believe we're on like an 8-game winning streak or something like that. 8 or 9, something like that. And we're 11 of our last 12 games. So, yeah, everything's looking pretty good for the boys in blue right now. Did get some somewhat unfortunate news though that Joe Kelly's just been put on the 10-day IL, so that's obviously no bueno. But and the Sox are getting very, very close to getting back to full strength. They activated Garrett Whitlock yesterday. He went 2 innings, struck out 3, only allowed 1 run, but it was unearned because of an error, which also could mean that it wouldn't have even, been a run scored, because if the error didn't happen. One way to look at it also, so that's great that we got Whit back. I don't think I'm winning this race. I know I got 2 laps left, but I don't think we're gonna do this. So you know what, we're still like 9 seconds roughly behind. I don't know if this is gonna happen. We might have to start playing around with the power of this thing, potentially, to get the performance points as close to 600 as possible with the most amount of power. I've got a good feeling, guys. Because, we're putting good lap times together. Because we're also putting good sector times together, but I don't know. There's the top 3 right there. We're on the same straightaway. And, I do have 2 laps. Wow, we were almost 2 seconds faster than our best lap. That's crazy. That was a good lap. Let me keep doing that and not overdrive, trying to gain ground on these guys, because that's actually going to end up ultimately making me lose ground. So I just need to keep hitting my marks and remember that my car, being a 4-wheel drive vehicle, handles better than they do. Being the crew chief that I don't actually have in my own ear. Well, okay, that just gave the race away right there. Not making mistakes. That might actually genuinely have just cost me too. I really don't want to have to do this race again. But that seriously might have just cost me the race. Like, no lie. I really hope it didn't though, but it might have. It very easily might have. Because I'm basically reset back to how I was finishing that 3rd lap, as far as distance behind goes. Now I gotta drive aggressive, which means I'm gonna probably make more mistakes. Oh, she held on. I really thought I was about to go off there. promise I put together like a phenomenal lap on this last lap, but I'm not making up 6 seconds. Shit, leader's already in turn 1. That was my slowest lap of the race. That was even slower than my first lap. We'll see what happens though. I'll give it a shot until I'll give it until I'm on the back stretch. If I'm not even in striking distance by the time I get to the back stretch, I'll just restart it and make a cut until the race is over, I guess. It's insane though, I'm not even gaining any ground. I've been stagnant pretty much 6 seconds this whole lap. As fast to me. Oh my god, I'm so mad that I went off there. That literally cost me the race, I'm pretty sure. Yep, that cost me. Alright guys, well I'm gonna make a quick cut and I'll catch you guys once I do this race again and I get the win. Well, I somehow did it, guys, and I want you to know, I cheated a little bit, but I really only even thought about the cheating because they went side by side in the last chicane, and I mean, I sent it going into the last, let's see, can I fast forward in the replay? I want to show you guys because hopefully I can fast forward in the replay because I want to show you guys this, but I sent it into the last friggin', the second to last turn, and they went, yeah, here we go. Yeah, so, we'll backtrack this a little bit. So, here we are, I'm about a second and a half, or 1.8 seconds back here, and then I broke late, I sent it so I could carry as much speed as possible, I went way wide, and then they go too wide here, and I just say, you know what, I'm gonna send it, and, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, but, honestly speaking, that was the only way that I was winning that race. Like, I could not. I didn't actually want that. Sure, whatever. That was the only way that I was gonna win that because they had me on outright pace, and it was actually kind of irritating, which makes me think that I had no chance on winning this race at all. But I'm gonna play around with my settings a little bit. Because, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the turbocharger back on it. I'm going to put that back to normal. And that back to normal and see what happens. What am I sitting at? 607? Okay. Then I'm also going to put this at normal. Seriously. Still not. Oh my god. Oh, we can't uninstall those. Okay. Crap, is there anything else I can do? change this? I don't think I can. Damn. Maybe if I increase the downforce by like 2, what does that do? Okay. Increase it by 4. Okay, 4's too much, 4's too much. What about 3? Really? But 2's... Okay, so we're gonna increase that by 3, okay? Because that'll give us our turbocharger back. Okay. So now let's see how this goes. So we got way more power now, and honestly a little bit more downforce in the back might help the handling potentially. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes though. Hopefully though, good things. But we'll give it a shot and we'll see. You know, if we got to, then I'll just try that. Oh, I guess I should have bought that power reducer thing instead of messing with the downforce, but oh well. That wasn't okay. Hold on. Start that over. That was just flat out me. This video is probably going to go a little bit longer because if I go to lap 5 to get the lead again, practically like I did, well, actually Suzuka took the whole race. And granted, I did cut that, but still, if that happens again, then what it is. Now, why did that happen? I didn't brake any later there than I literally did the first attempt. But sure, okay. At least they kept it on the track there that time. We're 25 seconds now. Okay. Well, that's not nearly as bad as on Suzuka. We were like 40 seconds behind, so that's good at least. Wow, bro. Is that because of the downforce? Because that's insane. That's the only explanation. Unless it's because I'm on these sports tires and I got too much power, but that doesn't make sense. I mean, it does kind of, but at the same time, it doesn't. Whatever. So that's a lap, right? But, so we shaved off 8 seconds of the lead, okay. Moved up basically half of the field. See, back in the... Oh, good God. God damn it. So back in the day, we didn't have to... And that was still a second faster than the last lap. That's crazy. Back in the day, we didn't have to worry about all this performance points crap. All you just had to do was make sure that you had a car that met the criteria. Correct license. You didn't have to, you know, reduce the power of a car to make sure I'm gonna go off. That's ridiculous. That's gotta be because of this the extra downforce on the back. It's gotta be. That's friggin' ridiculous, bro. Super ridiculous. Well, let's not try and get irritated by that. Let's keep digging. Try to slow myself down so I wouldn't do that, and I ended up doing it anyway. Why did that just happen? Why? Oh my god. Okay, well now I'm mad. Okay, let me try not to get myself triggered right now. I still got a long race to go. And hey, we didn't go straight that time. I think I'm much closer to Peter's block. What car's in first? The Supra? Because the RX-7's right there and the NSX right there. That's gotta mean that the Supra's in front. That's wild. And it's out front by a wide-ass margin, too. That's actually insane. Alright. Got a clean road ahead of me, though. It's just me and him now. I just gotta put 2 really good laps together. Gotta keep my car on the track. I think I'm faster than him, so I just have to keep my car on the track and I'll win. That's gonna be the hard part though. But I'm getting used to driving this thing with this downforce though, so. Yeah, and I'm definitely faster. That's wild though that this Supra is dominating this racetrack because the NSX had it absolutely outright beat on the Red Bull ring, and I believe the RX-7 did also. And then, I mean, it was given the RX-7 fits at Suzuka because of the fact that it was just faster than it. Or I'm sorry, it wasn't faster than it. It probably took corners better than it, but it couldn't get past him. It was giving him hits because of that, but around front though, so that's good. As soon as I get to a straightaway, probably when I get on the front stretch, I'll make the cut up the last lap so that this isn't too long. But I might as well just keep. We're already well over, so I guess we'll keep the whole race in. I don't know if you guys watched. Speaking of racing, I don't know if you guys watched the race at Indy this weekend. Obviously, like, I was a little bit upset because Chase finished second, you know, 1 spot away from getting that win to lock himself into the playoffs. But at the same time, I was super, super happy that Big Mike got that win. And honestly, like, he had the dominant car basically all day. Like, he started 4th, I believe, and he was challenging for 2nd off of the initial start. And I believe he even had it after turn. If he didn't get it after turn 1, he had it very quickly. Like, he was in second place pretty quick off the drop of the green, and he, I want to say he ended up passing Suarez like on the second or third lap, and then he led up until all of the rest of the first stage, and then they lost the lead in the pits on the very first pit stop, the very first pit cycle. But ended up getting it back just outright on his own, and then really never looked back. The only times after that he wasn't in the lead was when the second pit stop happened, and but obviously once it cycled through, he had the lead back, and never looked back after that. And so that was actually really cool, because I can't tell you guys why, because he's not one of my guys, but like I think it's just because he drives for such a small team. But like I don't know, because he won the Daytona 500 in 21, and I think he might have made it to the second round of the playoffs that year because of how many problems everybody ahead of him made. But like last year with the Gen 8 car, with the first year of the Gen 8 car in 22, like he showed really good. Like obviously it was an equalizer for everybody. He drove really well. Like I actually just got my best lap of the race on that last lap too. Like he was able to like keep up with and beat like basically not beat, but like, you know, he had a lot of top 10s, which for Front Row Motorsports being a small team like they are, that's really impressive, you know what I'm saying? Because like, you know, that's like beating out the likes of my guys, Joe Gibbs, you know, Stuart Haas. Those are really the only heavy hitters. But you know what I mean, guys. Thankfully we ended up winning that though, that's what's up. Ooh, I wonder what our next menu book's gonna be. It probably depend on what we win, or what we choose here. Okay, BMW, okay. My guess is we're going back to Germany for something though, with the next menu book, because all three of those cars are German. Granted, two of them were Audis though, so that strikes my interest a little bit on what it could actually be. But awesome. Great song playing, by the way. One of my favorite songs ever. It's from the opening of Gran Turismo 6, for those that don't know. Phenomenal song. But alright. I'm gonna save the reward for this menu book till next time. I'm just gonna spin this roulette ticket really quick, and then we can end this episode off, because obviously way longer than I would normally like to. But if you guys did enjoy this episode, please leave a like down below. I'd greatly appreciate that. And click that subscribe button if you guys are new. Got a decent little bit of money there. And with that, I will see you guys on my next episode. See you later, guys.